Today I want to go over a short, quick masterclass on if you're sick right now, maybe you're lost, maybe you're struggling with recovery, or you're looking at preventing a particular disease. Some of you are struggling with losing weight. Some of you could be struggling with cognitive health. It doesn't matter. Any problem that exists within your mind and within your body involves you. It involves what's happening within you and what we're putting in our body from outside, whether it's the medication you're taking, the treatment, the supplements, the food that you're eating. Okay, you can have the most complicated treatment, the most expensive supplements, the most organic food, the best personal trainer in the gym, but all of this doesn't matter if it's not put together in wholeness. You can have the best nutraceutical, but you have poor gut health, you're not even absorbing most of the nutrients. You could be overdoing it on probiotics and actually causing more gut problems because you don't need probiotics. Maybe you got to change the quality of food you're putting in your body. Maybe you got to stop overeating. You see, today most people are sick and we think that we need more AI, we need more medical advancement and technology. While all of that is good, I don't have a problem with that. Don't forget the basics, and that's what I'm here to remind you about today. Have you got the basics right? Let me explain to you. Within your body, there are trillions of cells. When they're in balance, you're in homeostasis, your body is working for you. When you're constantly out of homeostasis, there's disharmony. It's toxic food that you're eating. It's your environment. When there's disharmony, your body is not primed to heal you. It's not primed to prevent you from disease. And that's why whenever I see a disease, whether it's cancer, acne on the face, whatever the problem is, the first thing that you see is disharmony at a cellular level. So like while you take those treatments, while you spend money on expensive food and nutraceuticals, your first go-to step should and will always be, how do I bring harmony back within my body? I have clients who chase treatments around the world. They'll fly from country to country. They have the money to do it. I'm not stopping them. It's a good thing. But they never get better. They never get better with the best treatments. And why shouldn't you get better if you're spending so much of money on the best treatments? I have people who believe that all these longevity supplements and a list of 10 to 12 to 15 supplements will keep them looking younger, will keep them looking healthier, but yet they're going through infertility problems, they're going through skin problems, so obviously something's not working. You see, I don't have a problem with all of these things, but have you got the basics right? You're struggling to lose weight. You're punishing your body with more exercise, with more diets, but you don't understand that if your goal is, let me just bring harmony within my body. Let me look at adding wellness to my life. Fat loss should become the easiest thing for you. People are metabolically sick, but they're trying to lose weight through diet and exercise. Absolutely the wrong approach. You should be trying to solve your metabolic problems through your overall lifestyle, your choices, your sleep cycles, your stress levels. And then it is an unhealthy body that struggles to lose weight. Otherwise, it's pretty simple. It's simple. It's absolutely simple to lose weight. But most people struggle because they have a hormonal issue. They don't have any other issues. Their hormones are in imbalance, sending wrong communication all the time. Too much estrogen, less progesterone, very little testosterone. All of these problems together puts you in disharmony. And you're still chasing the next fad diet, the next African mango, the next green tea supplement or the green coffee bean supplement. You've seen this. Go back 10 years ago. What was the buzz? African mango. Everyone was chasing that. Then you had some raspberry supplement and all of that. Go back. Did it work? If it worked, it should be sold even today. Everyone should be rushing to buy it. Right? Think. None of this. This is all marketing designed on your fears. Whereas what you really need to do is go back to the basics. We treat thousands of clients in a year. What is our success? Do we have some magic wand? Do we have some magic diet? Do we have some magic superfoods? No, absolutely not. We're just really, really good at identifying the root cause of why people are sick and slowly coaching them to get back to the basics. When they reach the basics and they're consistent with rebuilding the fundamentals of the human body, guess who heals them? Not us. Their own body. And that's how it should be right now. Right now, there may be some of you with a cancer, some of you with diabetes, and you have a list of supplements, a list of treatments, a list of the best doctors, a list of superfoods. Great. I'm not asking you to change that. I'm asking you to analyze today the pillars, which are the fundamentals. Where are you failing and where are you succeeding? None of them are going to work. In fact, you can symptomatically treat yourself month after month, year after year, and you'll find yourself in and out of hospitals with reoccurring problems because, hey, a chemical treatment can only last for a period of time. You got to go below the symptom. You got to address the root cause of the problem. For example, why am I putting on weight? Why am I unable to lose weight? And then you look at small things like how bad was my weekend? How much of alcohol do I consume? Am I being honest with myself when it comes to sugar and carbs and all of that stuff? How many workouts did I actually get in a week? Am I doing the right workouts that suit my body? Okay? Am I really journaling the little desserts and small little snacks that we think are harmless, but are slowly adding up to calories in the human body? What are my stress levels? A lot of people say, but Luke, everyone has stress. I don't care if everyone has stress. I'm talking about you. You have a problem. So your stress levels are relevant to your problem. You may have a cancer. Yes, of course you're going to be stressed, but your stress levels and your emotions are relevant to your recovery and the prevention of a reoccurrence. So the point is, we've become a society that wants to normalize everything. Oh, everyone's on social media. Oh, everyone is like, stressed out. Why do you need to normalize it? When you normalize it, you accept it. You don't need to accept these things. Of course, we got to be in a state of acceptance and then move to action. Right now, if I had to tell you, the people who recover from the most deadly diseases are the ones who have been able to change their environment within them and outside of them. You put a sick body into a toxic environment, do you think it can heal? Let's take, for example, an ICU setting or a hospital that focuses on hygiene, which all hospitals should do. Every hospital and every doctor knows you can have the best treatment and doctors, but if there is infection in the hospital, the patient is going to get sick and maybe sicker and maybe even die. And that's why the environment has to be maintained for a patient to get better. It's the same thing in your homes, in your workplaces, in your relationships. If you think you can put a sick body in a toxic relationship or an environment and let it heal, most people are not healing because they're not in the right situations and environments. You may do all the pranayama in the world for your lung health, but you live in the most polluted city. Do you think it's really going to help you? It's still something better than nothing. So what I wanted to teach all of you today was come back to the basics. Forget about complication. I know a ton of people who are wearing Whoops, Apple Watches, rings, and all of that. I don't have a problem with that. But my honest question to you is, are you using the data, or is the data just making you more anxious? Data is great as long as it's moving us to action. Otherwise, it's just stressing us out if we're not doing anything about it. How much more information do you need to inspire you to move more? How much more information do you need to stop your problem, which may be overeating? How much more information do you need about your sleep cycles when you know you're sleep deprived, when you wake up tired and groggy every single day? What difference does it make? Your slow wave sleep, your REMs, your non-REMs. That's great for people who are going to take that data and put actions into it. But other than that, it's just freaking out people more and more, and they think they have more and more problems. I know this because those people come to us. Hey, Luke, look what my Whoop told me today. This. I'm saying, great, that's good information. Now let's talk about what you're going to do about it. 1 week passes, 2 weeks pass. They just have more data, but no action. Oh, sorry, I didn't have time. No, I can't change my sleep schedule. No, I couldn't do this. I couldn't work out. We have excuses and a lack of action. So coming back to the point, anyone right now who may be very sick, it could be your parents, it could be yourself, your siblings. First, everyone loves to talk about the money they're blowing on expensive nutrition, expensive medicine, supplements, and stuff like that. No one wants to talk about what they should be doing that they're not doing. So let's break down the pillars that you yourself can analyze today. Have you been honest with your nutrition? I know all the buts look, but Luke. Have you been honest with your nutrition? Spend 1 week journaling everything that you eat and let that be a mirror to you to realize if you've been honest with yourself and honest with your nutrition. Write it down. I'm not here to judge you. Your journal is not here to judge you. It's for you to be honest instead of blaming the medicines that don't work, the diets that don't work, blaming everything around you without looking at your actions. So number one, you can have the best medicine in the world, but if your nutrition is not right, you're always going to be symptomatically treated, and every medicine has a side effect. You can take the medicines, and you should. But the point is, at some point, you got to ask yourself the honest question. Is this medicine really going to help me recover, or is it only treating me? But if you make lifestyle changes along that, of course you can recover. So number one, be honest with your nutrition. Be honest. How many meals have you eaten out in a week? Do you really think that's suiting your body? Do you really think that's working for your weight loss goal, your fat loss goal? You'll have the common excuse that most people feed themselves. Oh, Monday to Friday, I worked out, I ate well. And then Saturday, if you really calculate the amount of calories they eat, the junk calories they eat, coupled with the sleep deprivation and the alcohol, it negates your Monday to Friday completely. And then you wonder what's going wrong. Be honest with yourself and write down your nutrition. That's the fundamental first. Second, exercise. Okay, everyone has their excuses to be busy, kids, everything. That's your excuse and that's your problem. The human body doesn't care about all of this. The human body needs activity and movement for its physiology, its biology, its chemistry, so you need to give it to it. It's your problem if you've taken too much on your plate. It's your problem if you're working in a toxic environment and you've chosen not to leave it. It's your problem if you've chosen to stay in a toxic relationship. I don't say this harshly. I say this because too many of us humans have become emotionally weak and we just want to blame systems and everything else. And you may say, but I don't have a choice. Every human has a choice. And you will make that choice when you're pushed into a corner and your life forces you to make a choice. So if you can make it then, what's stopping you from making it now? So your exercise, be honest with yourself. Oh, I have to travel, I have to. Everyone loves to talk about how jet set their life is. So what if you have to travel? Whether you're in Mumbai or New York, Africa, Canada, you have the same 24 hours. If you could work out when you're in your home state, what stops you working out when you're traveling? These are excuses. Have a holiday. What's stopping you from taking a 45-minute walk? Huh? Does your body take a holiday from keeping you alive? Does your heart decide, I'm going to take a holiday today and not beat for a while? You know, this is all social media and weak society norms that people think, oh, I'm on a holiday, cut away from everything. Does a holiday in any way define that you need to overeat, that you need to overdrink? These are symptoms of emotionally weak and fragile people. I don't say this in a disrespectful way. Weak and fragile are real words in the dictionary. You need to understand. It's your ego that gets hurt when you hear this. What stops you from drinking and eating? But why should you overdo it? Okay, I want to let loose. I'm meeting my friends. Let's get drunk. Fine. Why day 3? Why day 4? Why day 5? And if you know you're going to get drunk tonight, why have you missed your workout? Why haven't you got your 2 meals right? These are excuses you feed yourself that makes you emotionally weaker. So get your exercise right. Write it down. Be honest with yourself. I'll tell you one thing I've learned in life. All of us can fall sick. Me, you, doesn't matter how fit we are and what we do. All of us can fall sick. But I can tell you, because I see this every day, the people who have invested in themselves and when they fall sick, they get a cancer or they have to go through surgery, their recovery is way, way faster and more efficient than an already sick and unhealthy body falling sick. You need to understand that. It's not what I think, it's just how the human body works. You take care of it. A building built with the right raw material is obviously going to last longer in storms, earthquakes, and everything else. It's the same thing with the human body. So if you want your 40s, your 50s, a lot of women talk about perimenopause and menopause, all of that. So I can tell you one thing about that. You can talk about maca root powder, primrose oil, hormone treatment, all of that. You're scratching the surface. I can tell you right now, a woman or a young girl who does not look after her hormonal health in her 20s and 30s will have a more difficult or a more early perimenopause and menopause, period. Everything else is complication. Do it. Take your HRTs. Do what you want. Be cool. But if you've not looked after your body, okay, you're not going to go through an easy perimenopause. You've been drinking your way through your 30s and 40s and drinking through your perimenopause, okay, whether you like it or not, okay, alcohol is going to make it worse for you. Now, the quantities, that's up to you to decide. I'm not here to preach. I'm here to teach you. And then you wonder why. Is every woman with perimenopause and menopause going through symptoms? The answer is no. If everyone was, it's a different situation. So what is the difference between the people going through it, really difficult, and the ones sailing through it? It is their lifestyle, which includes their nutrition, their movement, their stress levels, their sleep, and their happiness, their emotional wellness. It's as simple as that. It's the same thing with men. Are all men aging getting prostate issues? The answer is no. So what is the difference between people getting it and people not getting it? Are all people getting lung cancer living in the most polluted area? The answer is no. Are all young girls getting PCOS? Is every employee in every organization burning out, or just a few of them? You need to be realistic and ask these honest questions to yourself sometimes, because we're always constantly trying to blame all of our problems on the world outside. And the sad part about that is it doesn't allow us to take personal responsibility in the actions that we need to take right now. So we spoke about exercise, sleep. You can keep arguing about sleep. You can keep saying you're busy, you're building an empire, all of that stuff, and that's it. That's your downfall. Sleep is necessary for the human body. There would not be a reason that we would need it if it wasn't important. Today, we know every bit of science is connecting sleep deprivation with cancer, Alzheimer's, cardiac arrest, diabetes, you name it, everything. Inflammatory diseases. And yet when we know this, we're still chasing nutraceuticals, organic food, when most of us need more sleep to solve the problems that we think organic food and we think nutraceuticals or more medicine is going to do. So that's your personal responsibility. If you have a problem, your schedule, you're addicted to OTT, you're addicted to social media, that's your problem. You got to take personal responsibility for it, fix it, take therapy, whatever it is that works for you. But it is your problem and you need to fix it if you want to prevent and if you want to recover. The fourth is your emotional wellness, period. Stress. Yes, everyone has stress, but there is a category of people who learn how to diffuse stress. And there is a category of people who get anxious because they didn't get the iPhone 16 in time. There are people who get anxious because they didn't get an appointment with a hairdresser before the weekend. There are people who get anxious because they've ordered a luxury car, but there's a 6-month wait. Okay, this tells you a lot about yourself. I'm not here to judge you. I'm here for you to look at yourself and say, do these little things make me anxious? Is my health and my body worth that anxiety? Then there are people who want to be overambitious. They're constantly comparing their lives with other people. Oh, my friend is doing better. This person's doing that. Parents that, oh, that kid's doing 6 classes. That kid's learning piano and guitar and is doing basketball. And because of that FOMO, they put that pressure on that kid. And now stress levels increase in that kid. And we wonder why kids are getting fatter, sicker, juvenile diabetes, PCOS, hair issues, gut issues, anxiety, depression. And we wonder what's going wrong in the world. The basics and fundamentals are broken. It's as simple as that. So when it comes to emotional wellness, again, it is your responsibility. If you're stuck in a toxic relationship, okay, I don't know what you can do because everyone's degree of toxicity in a relationship is different. But what actions are you taking? Are you in a victim mode, why me, and blame the whole world and feel like you're unlucky and all of that? Or are you taking actions? Are you looking at therapy? Are you looking at ways out of the relationship? Or are you looking at acceptance and taking tools and therapy to learn how to accept in case you're in a situation that you can't get out of? Are you sitting every day and blaming and getting more and more depressed without taking action? If you're depressed, please take action. Depression is real. Depression is absolutely real. But by you sitting at home and numbing yourself with more social media, alcohol, drugs, and all of that stuff, you're not helping yourself. It's as simple as that. And that's how we're making ourselves sicker and sicker. So we think we can take escape holidays every 2 or 3 or 4 months, thinking the depression will go, the loneliness will go, and the sadness will go. Do it, but you're just putting band-aids. Finally, you got to wake up. Everyone, you got to wake up and say, I have a great doctor, I have a great surgeon, I got a nutrition, I got all of that. But now I need to take personal responsibility for my health. I need to take that personal responsibility. So if you have emotional issues, all of that stuff, I encourage you to fix it. If you're suppressing emotions and repressing emotions over the years, it's hurting you. It's causing you physical issues. It's a known medical fact that today a lot of body pains are psychological in nature. And of course, some are real in nature. Some people make their own pain. That's why it's called psychosomatic. Some people manifest their own conditions. They manifest their own diseases. Every cell in your body is reacting to your thoughts, your feelings, and everything. That's exactly what hormones are, chemical messengers. You're sad all the time. What do you think your hormones are communicating? You're happy. What do you think your hormones are communicating? Everything is dependent on these 4 basic verticals. So, you have all of these issues that you got to look at. So today, no matter who you are all across the world, whatever disease you have, you will find yourself stuck on the symptom and on the medicine and on quick fixes. I'm not asking you to jump off your medicines. I'm asking you to step back right now. And you got to understand the human body is not a car. It's not like a machine where you can just take out a part and fix it or only treat a kidney without looking at the liver, without looking at the heart, without looking at sleep, without looking at emotions. You got to step back and look at all these little things, the basics and the fundamentals. Because I can promise you one thing, your most expensive treatment will somehow stop to work for you if the basics are not working. There is a beautiful word called homeostasis. What is homeostasis? When all your vitals are working perfectly, your breath is fine, baseline homeostasis, your autonomic nervous system, everything is working for you. When we're out of homeostasis, everything changes. We're not in a position to regenerate, heal, repair. We're not in that position. Only when we're in homeostasis that hormones can find their balance, cortisol, adrenaline comes down to baseline. We can repair, we can rejuvenate, we can fall asleep, we can make better decisions. Our memory consolidation improves. All of that happens in homeostasis. Right now, ask yourself, are you living most of your life and your day in homeostasis or out of homeostasis? For most of us, it's out of homeostasis. So the point is, we got to fix these things. The world has primed you for instant gratification, for quick fixes, for things. Look around you. You think they care for you? All these, I'm grateful for them. I can order a coffee within 15 minutes, a meal within 30 minutes on a day. I'm stressed out. I don't have food at home. That's great. But also look how it's messed up people's lives. My point is, all of these are great for us. It's added convenience to our life. But let me tell you one thing. Everyone who is providing those services for you or designing quick fixes and instant gratification, they don't care about you. They know that humans love convenience. How do I make a business out of that? How do I make a business? While it can benefit us, it's made most people slaves. I had a patient 3 days ago who said, Luke, I've had to delete these fast food apps on my phone because it confuses me. I want to go and order a nice healthy salad, and by the time I scroll through, now you would say that's her problem. Exactly, but what do you think? All these apps and technology is designed to feed off your fear and give you something that you can buy immediately. And who's getting richer? Be realistic with these thoughts. None of them care for you. You think fast food companies are out there to think about, hey, I love Luke. I love his community of people. I'm going to sit in a factory and design some fast food for him every day. They don't care about you. Humans are numbers. We're all profit margins for all of these companies. And that's why we need to be careful and mindful about all the choices that we make. Stop thinking that they care for you. They don't care about you. And that's why I keep coming back to personal responsibility. You need to take personal responsibility for your health. It pains me you walk into the United States of America, fantastic medical systems, all of that stuff, but the patients are so brainwashed to think that their medical system alone will look after them, will care for them, and all of that. They'll care for you beautifully when you're in hospital. But if they cared for you, how come no prescription in America or around the world tells you, all right, eat better food, exercise more, sleep better? Have you ever seen sleep better on a prescription? Reduce your stress levels. Very few doctors in the world will do this. And it makes you wonder, does the medical system, if they know all of these things can make us sick, why aren't they telling us? Why aren't there campaigns by medical systems, by medical communities banning junk food? These campaigns shouldn't have to come from influencers. They should come from the medical world because every day the medical world sees people sick. If the medical world should be writing out to all organizations and corporates around the world, your employees need to sleep better or they can have a cardiac arrest. Have you ever wondered why these campaigns are not driven from the medical communities? Think about it. No one cares about you. It's a well-oiled system, and that's why you got to care about yourself and you got to do the basics. Basics. Think about it. Your schools are messed up. Most schools are messed up. You should ask yourself, in a world like today, why aren't schools teaching people the importance of sleep, the importance of nutrition, the importance of exercise? Maybe very few schools do it, but think about it. Shouldn't schools be teaching that to children at that young age instead of waiting for them to grow up and fall sick? So do you really think education is coming from a space of care and love? Or is it money? I'm not against money. Everyone needs money. But there's so much greed in the world, and that's why I'm asking all of you all to wake up. If you think your hospital cares about you, they don't. You're a number when you're on the ICU bed. And I'm not against the medical system. I will go to a hospital if I'm sick. I will take treatment and pray I get a great treatment. I'm talking beyond that. So many patients I meet in the US and they're, Luke, we talk about their cancer. But Luke, I don't need to do anything. I'm on chemo. I'm on radiation. I did my surgery. My doctor said everything's going to be good. And they're eating burgers. They're eating sugar. They're sleep deprived. They haven't been spoken to about rest. This is not just America. This is even in our own country. So the day you stop thinking that they care for you is the day that you take personal responsibility for your health. Every insurance company wants to sell you insurance, but they don't want to teach you how not to claim that insurance. Ever thought about that? They'll do some rundown, to-do list, run-of-the-mill health program. You get a mailer from your insurance company. Do this, do this, do this, do this. Do you really think they care? Absolutely not. It's business at the end of the day. And I'm not against these businesses. I have an insurance. But I also have a knowing that they don't care. So, hey, Luke, wake up every morning and look after your goddamn health. Because no one cares. You got to understand that. You go to a restaurant, you think the restaurant cares about you. You walk into the best kitchens. I can guarantee you, you will find their utensils are scratched to a level where most of the toxins are getting into your food. They're reusing oil, using the crappiest oils, the crappiest ingredients. I can guarantee you this in most restaurants and five-star hotels because they don't care about you. They care about money, profits, and everything else. But if you're lucky to have your mom or your dad or your husband or wife or someone cook you a home-cooked meal, why does it always taste so good? Because you can feel the love in it. You can feel that energy in it. In fast food, it's nothing but cheap prices, a lot of fat, sugar, white flour to excite your brain, and you think, oh, wow, I had a great meal at McDonald's. You got nothing. So I'm asking all of you today who are watching this, first go back to the fundamentals. I'm not asking you to stop your fancy treatments. You made your money, you're rich, fly around the world, fly to retreats, do everything you want. But if you think it's going to fix the work that you need to do for your fundamentals, you're highly mistaken. Highly mistaken. Anyone trying to sell you a medicine, a nutraceutical, a health food, without telling you that this will only work better if you look after the basics, doesn't care about you. They're trying to make you believe that their product will take care of all your health problems. Where the truth is, you still got to work on the fundamentals. Your kid has to work on the fundamentals. Your aging parents have to work on the fundamentals. Everything works on fundamentals. It's as simple as that. So I'm asking all of you all to use the weekend to break it down, write it down, nutrition. Be honest with yourself. Start writing it down. You'll know right then, it's good, serving me, not serving me. Movement and exercise. Are you giving your body what it needs? Sufficient time, the right kind of flexibility, mobility, strength training, endurance, all of that. Are you giving your body what it needs? 3, your sleep. You may have a ton of excuses. Okay, start small. Add 15 minutes, add 30 minutes. Slowly try to reset your circadian rhythm by choosing the right amounts of, the right cycles of sleep. Then look at your emotional wellness. It is so easy to blame everyone for your problems. So easy. Is it helping you? Is blame helping you all the time? Or will action make your life better? When it comes to emotional wellness, who do you need to cut out from your life? Who do you need to accept? Who do you need to let go of? You say, oh, Luke, this is a difficult exercise. Do it. Life is difficult. Life is difficult. Okay? And accept it as difficult. You want it easy all the time? That's why you have industries all around making your life easy. And comfort is your biggest enemy. Comfort is our biggest enemy. So this is what you do. You could be a patient out there with cancer right now. I hope you get better. Watch my videos on YouTube. But no matter what your treatment is, if you are not looking at these 4 pillars, I'm sorry, you are not going to get better. It's not because Luke is saying that. It's just how the human body works. You think your body just wants chemicals and medicine? No, it's looking for things beyond that. Those medicines can save your life for that time. Do you want to be the person in and out of hospital all the time because you're just being symptomatically treated? Or do you want to finally address what's making me sick? Why am I diabetic in the first place? And work with the root causes and make those changes. Have a beautiful weekend, everyone. I've done a video on cancer for people on YouTube that, hey, I got cancer. I'm stuck. I don't know what to do. where it talks about the basic guidelines of where to start and what to do. For anyone with a disease right now, you have a hair problem. As simple, chase, spend all your money on hair products. There are companies that are going to love you for that. But have you asked yourself, why am I losing hair? Do I have an autoimmune condition? Is my iron low? Am I just stressed out? Do I have a gut problem? Am I using the wrong oil? Am I using too many cosmetics with chemicals? Find out the why. Otherwise, you will go through product after product, sales gimmick after sales gimmick. And finally, I had a patient 3 days ago. I want to end it with that. Comes to me, very rich, very famous, has all the problems and, everything, chefs, this, that, looked at a supplement list from a functional medicine doctor, 18 supplements a day, and yet has gut problems, bloating, abdominal issues, has seen every possible doctor in the world, all of that, gotten more supplements, gotten more treatments, endoscopies, and everything. You know what the issue was? The issue was she was just taking too many supplements for reasons that she didn't need them. I'm going to cover this very soon. Probiotics. If you don't need a probiotic and you're taking a probiotic, guess what? It can actually make you very, very sick. It's something called microbiome overcrowding. All I did with this lady was stop all her supplements for 3 days. Every symptom of bloating and abdominal pain disappeared. And this is what I mean. The basics and fundamentals first have to be in place, and then you move to complication. I hope you have a great weekend.